the Shapiro Law Group. First, I'm starting Let Us Help You, and today I'm going to talk about automatic revalidation of your I-94 when you travel. As you know, I have an article here that I published because I got so many calls, I think 2 days ago. People want to travel, especially going on cruises, going to Mexico, Canada for a little vacation because they're getting a break, either because of their kids getting break from spring break or also getting ready for the summer vacation. So what happens if you have an I-94 which is valid? That means the 797 is valid, but you don't have a stamp on your passport, and you're planning to travel for a short trip, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, up to 30 days to Mexico or Canada. So do you have to go get a new stamping? So here we're going to discuss mostly, ladies and gentlemen, about H4 visa, H1 visa, and F1 visa, and students who are on OPT. So what, do you have to get the stamp? No, you don't have to get the stamp really. If you can use what we call the automatic revalidation. For example, let's say you leave on April 1st, you want to go for a vacation on let's say 1 week to Mexico or to Canada, and you don't have a stamp of you are an H1B or an H4 visa, and you don't want to go and get a stamp because it's only 1 week, it's quick, and you're not getting a time, and you don't have a stamp on your passport. As long as the 797 I-94 is good, you should be able to come back, provided there are few conditions though. The one that can use those are H1B, F1 also can use, OPT student can use that too, H4 also can use it, but there are few conditions to that. For those, the conditions are here. They have not had applied. For example, let's say you go to Canada, you try to get a stamp on your passport, and the passport, this is denied. You cannot come back and try to use the revalidation because it won't work. It's only if you don't try and you don't get denied, then you can use that. And you have not and you don't have a, for example, a pending case, right? This is what you're talking here is an extension. For example, let's say your I-94 expires, your 797 expires in May, and you file for an extension, and by the time you will come back, there's no 6 month on the 797. That's another rule, have 6 month on the 797 I-94. If you don't have that and you went ahead and you filed for an extension, the extension is pending, you're going there and you hope that they will revalidate it. It won't be revalidated. They won't even give a stamp, by the way, if this is the case. And if you go also for more than 30 days, that rule doesn't apply. And if you have traveled to other countries other than Canada and Mexico, for example, let's say you travel to from Mexico, you go to some far away, you go to Africa and you come back to Mexico and you try that, this will not work. And if you also travel to some countries which is like the state sponsors countries, that's what they call here, and they have a list, of course, in their website. What they call, I think, is, I'm going to click on it here. We have a link, and you have Iran, Sudan, Syria. So this is under section 6J, where basically if you travel there, then you won't be able to get that revalidation, automatic revalidation. If you are in possession of a F student visa or J visa and has traveled to Cuba, now, this is the question mark. Cuba is starting to have a good relationship to the US. With the US, will this rule continue? But until they change it, it's still there. So you have to abide by that. If you went to Cuba, you won't be able to, and you come back to Mexico and you want to do revalidation, it won't work. And if you're in possession of an M visa and has traveled to a location outside the United States other than Canada and Mexico, they use F student visa here, but the same rule will apply to to H1B if you travel to this. So bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need a valid stamp on your passport to come back if you're traveling less than 30 days and you don't have all those problems that are listed here. But having said that, now I highly recommend not to use that for the reasons that, for one, we are in a situation of high security alert all around the world, and things are a little bit more complicated now at the borders than it was before. And two, the reason for that is if you leave and you're not able to come back, you'll be stuck in that country where you're going, in this case Mexico or Canada. So my recommendation is not to use it. However, if you have to use it, there's no problem really in the automatic revalidation. My advice, if you don't have a stamp on your passport and you are eligible to get a stamp in Canada or Mexico, guess what? Take advantage of it, go and get your stamp because it will be helpful later. So this is kind of few tips I added from that article. So if you want to know more and want to know if you are good to go, please give us a call. We'll do a full consultation at 510-742-5887. And anything I told you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office is 510-742-5887. And also don't forget, if you like my videos, please like them, comment on them, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm putting a lot of videos lately because I'm a little bit busy to write articles. Please subscribe to them, you will get a lot, and share it with your friends, and click on like if you like it, because that's how I know it's working, and I will do more videos and explain things to you. Thank you, goodbye, and this is Atene Shah Pirali signing off.